Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chicago Reacts. My name is Kelsey. I am an actor and voice actor living in Chicago. And today, I am reacting to Expander. It's Expander. To Space in Factorio by Martincitopants. The man, the myth, the legend, the colorful frog. I don't know what Factorio is, but I like space, and I like what Martincitopants does with this video, so I'm excited to see this. If you haven't already checked out our other channels, I encourage you to do so. The links to our Chicago Reacts Movies and TV, our Twitch channel, and our merch can be found in the description below. All good stuff. I'm sure you've heard the spiel before from me, probably, but Chicago Reacts Movies and TV is us reactors react movies and TV. Pretty cool. Our Twitch channel is us reactors playing stuff on Twitch, doing workout stuff, doing various things. I'm on there on Tuesdays usually. And our merch, if you want more mugs, you can get those. Our logo on them in the description below. Go check those out if you.
Good evening.
Oh.
In this video, we fly to space in Factorio.
Amazing.
That's right, boyos. We've installed the Space Exploration mod, which allows us to build
mods.
a rocket,
Starting out with
in,
mods,
and launch ourselves into the great beyond to explore, expand, and conquer. Gentlemen,
what are those little bugs?
Will be vast.
What are
our
those?
Profits will be vaster. For us to win, we don't just launch a single satellite like vanilla Factorio. No, disgusting. Far too easy.
Disgusting.
To win, we must build an interstellar spaceship and fly it at the speed of light. Will we achieve this lofty goal? Will we
synergistically motivate client-oriented initiatives?
Will we be overrun by the hordes of angry environmentalists, or will our gross incompetence?
Are the bugs the environmentalists?
Joining us on this journey are my employees,
Head.
Ben and Tristan. So,
I don't like that wink, because I just disappeared and reappeared. It made me uncomfortable.
let us begin.
Alright, let's do it.
Day 1. Our journey began right here, which is precisely
Nice.
where our little spaceship had crash landed. In the distance, were these. From here, it was up to us and our entrepreneurial spirit. So, we began work. We built some drills to mine ore, furnaces to smelt the ore into plates, and plates into more drills to mine more ore into more plates.
Cool.
The factory had begun. We then drilled some copper, coal, and stone, built some power infrastructure, and before we knew it, red science had been fully automated. Next,
Nice.
Expansion.
copper mining, expanded. Copper smelting,
Expanded.
iron smelting,
Expanded.
main
Love
bus,
it.
built.
That's a lot of
Bus. Green science,
a lot of stuff.
red science,
Expand.
Dragon City, installed on your phone for free. Gentlemen, do you like dragons?
Fun.
Do you like cities? You're not gonna believe this, boys, but this video is sponsored by Dragon City, a free-to-play RPG PvP Dragon Collection game available for iOS, Android, Windows Phone,
Amazing. Hello.
and Jack. Collect yourself over 1,000 different dragons. Each and every dragon will flood your brain with dopamine and make you truly feel alive. Look at this one. Look at this one. Look at this one. Dragon.
That's a lot of dragons.
That's a lot of dragons, guys. Breed your dragon. Lay an egg. Hatch that some and feed him. Look at him. He is your
Star
son.
Dragon.
Train him. Put him through the ringer in Dragon Basic Training by smacking this little wood. Fight him against other dragons. Place him into a legal PvP cockfighting ring and claim ultimate victory. Still unconvinced? If you don't download this game, you will regret it. There are several events each week and a battle pass for truly unlimited, intense gaming. I still don't think you are convinced. You better download this game. I am living in your worlds. Look at these YouTubers. My favorite Minecrafters. Mr. Yeast.
He's here.
Is still unable to be located. And Dreer, wow. There he is. My favorite YouTuber.
Beautiful.
Dreer in Dragon form. If you download the game through the link in the description, I might get enough bargaining power to convince the devs to add a frog. So download it with the link in the description and get a
Frog
free
dragon.
15,000 food, 30,000 gold, and some very rare space being dragon that isn't a frog, but it's okay, maybe I'll get there one day, that'll be all I want is frog, please! What are you waiting for, boys? If it's good enough for Dreer, it's good enough for you. So download it. I'm waiting. Add over. Research completed. We had research.
Seamless transition,
from the
by
mod,
the way.
belt balances. A cool little gadget that would cause us no problems whatsoever in our future. In vanilla Factorio, if I want these 8 belts to go into 7 belts equally, I need to build this.
Ooh.
Horrible. But
That
with
is
belt
horrible.
balances, all we need to build is this.
Oh, you love to see it.
Wonderful. Following
Yes.
this, we had our very first
Smooth.
complaint from the local environmentalists. So we murdered
Little
them on the
bugs.
spot. These small bean-shaped attackers weren't
I
yet
love
an
them.
issue, And like any good corporation, we
I
swept
love
the
little
problem under the rug
creatures.
and pretended it didn't happen. To absolutely no one's surprise, this didn't work. Our factory fart cloud had reached them, and they weren't going to stop.
Well, bugs are on their
Local
way.
research. Water fill. If landfill lets you fill in water with land, water fill lets you fill in land with water. It's very useful and has no exploits whatsoever. The protesters were back, and in bigger numbers. Tristan and I ran out of the building we were working in and violently apprehended the suspects. Gentlemen, the problem was growing. We had 3 options, all of which involved violence. We could do nothing and get repeatedly mauled to death by the increasingly stronger biters. We could hunker down more and construct turrets and walls to defend our assets, or we could take the fight to them with our new weaponry. We chose option 3.
Yeah, you're gonna
help
have
us,
to.
Ben contacted our local arms dealers and bought an army of chain guns, which have big tracks, autonomous driving, and
Fighting bugs with tanks.
dispersing crowds.
That'll
So we
work.
sent them in and dispersed some crowds. Day 2.
Oh no.
Things were going great. The factory was growing. The environmentalist menace had been kept at bay, and we were
Ooh,
starting
I
to
don't like
use
that those
words
things
like
deflate when they die. They're like,
and synergy.
gross.
While Tristan and I had been expanding the military science, Ben had been busying himself with learning trains, an obsession
Beautiful.
that would lead to some truly beautiful things.
Whoa.
To build the train network, we'd need lots of clear space, so Ben set to work water filling the nearby cliffs when he water filled under his feet and was instantly killed.
No.
Ah, fuck.
Things had been peaceful for a while.
Unfortunate.
Too peaceful. As Ben was finishing up his squeaky clean environmental coal mine, he was jumped by a large group of biters making horrible demands for higher wages and equal pay. I ran up to assist and was promptly mauled to death by the angry mob.
Bugs.
Twice.
I just
Ooh.
killed me again. Fuck.
I called Tristan over to help in the crowd dispersing and built a car.
How do you shoot?
Oi! We linked up with
There you
Ben
go,
and
found it
Rob and
out.
a small army
Figured
of
it
chain
out.
gunners and sent the boys in to deliver retaliatory lawsuits in enormous volume.
Whew.
Once the dust from the
Lots
battle
going
had
on.
settled, it was obvious that the biters were in complete financial ruin.
Oh,
But they would be back. What we needed to do
they just
was
need
build a
time to
wall.
rebuild.
With our selection of mods, there were many options to choose from. Stone walls, concrete walls, spiked walls, but really, these all suck. Instead, we can build a tiny moat out of water
Moat.
fill, and it'll
Nice.
create a totally impervious barrier.
Nice.
So, Tristan made a bunch of water fill,
Much
and sectioned
easier.
off the north end for good.
Looks like he's being chased
After
by
the wall had been
water.
built, the attacks cooled down for a while, allowing us to expand our business to the next ray frontier,
Jeez.
the water. After a little boat stuff, Tristan and I experimented with our latest innovative innovation, supersonic trains. As you can probably guess, these are trains that can travel really, really fast.
Ooh, there
If
it
you get
goes.
anxious crossing train tracks with these pathetic 300km/h trains, they get ready to be flattened so fast that the train only appears on your screen for 1 frame.
Oof.
These trains would not only give our network
Danger
speed and efficiency,
trains.
but also an element of extreme danger.
All trains are
I was almost-
Ooh,
While I'd been upgrading the
that
train,
sucks.
Tristan had been driving his boat, and driving his boat, and driving his boat.
No, 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 no! I might die. Might die. Drive!
Oh.
I died.
Oh no.
Tristan's death at sea had ripped a sense of purpose away
Death
from him.
at
He
sea.
became a shell of the former man we all knew, and repeatedly tried to run me down in a hit and run with his car.
Ah, god damn it!
Poor guy. The factory was growing, and the biters didn't like it. For the next hour, we were subjected to non-stop raids by increasingly violent environmentalists.
Big old
What
bugs.
we needed to do was go on the attack. Ben had been building a squad of flame tumblers, high-speed cars armed with flamethrowers. He
Great
sent them
sound
in,
effect.
only to realize that some of the
Oh.
biters were immune to fire damage.
Oh.
Oh wait, what? There's a biter that's invincible. It doesn't take fire damage. Fuck. And they all died.
Well,
Shit. Unfortunately for us, we couldn't just water fill them off now, because that would cut off lots of valuable resources. First, we needed to push them back, and then water fill. Ben had built himself a flame tumbler, and was zooming around the battlefield at breakneck speeds. He went so fast, in fact, that he drove straight into a rock, got stuck, and died.
that's too
We
fast.
recovered Ben's body,
That's when you know you're
blew
going
out the
too
water fill,
fast.
and sealed off the southern flank to the base. Next, the west. The biggest chain gunner army yet had been purchased from our friends
Ooh.
at Lockheed Mart. We took this army and sent them all to the southwest flank.
Alright, more of those
Justice was
homes
swift, and the
deflating
resources were plenty.
grotesquely.
We finished up the wall and sealed ourselves away from the outside world. The wall was
Jeez.
over, and the factory building could continue on a much larger scale. Day 3. I suggested to Tristan a devilish plan.
We can water fill those
We can water fill under Ben?
Oh, do you want to go do that?
I think that'd be too mean.
I want to go do that.
He would go up to Ben
Sabotage.
and water fill under his feet.
Oh. Oh.
I was doing some more boat stuff
That's a big boat.
when another alert came over the radios. Somehow, the biters had snuck into the factory once again. What?
They'll do that.
What?
How-
How the fuck? I drove over
Yeah, how
with
are
my
they doing
flamethrower
that?
and burnt those little shits to death.
Okay.
The next question on my mind was, how? Clearly, the wall wasn't enough. I took another quick
Yeah.
tour of our beautiful moat and discovered literally thousands of bugs in very close proximity. If I got close enough to them, I could even hear them say horrible things like, tax the rich. Clearly, what we needed was to expand the gap. This meant expanding water fill production, so I built a rudimentary water fill factory, collected a bunch of water fill, and began widening the moat when this happened.
Oh. Oh.
I collected my stuff.
Don't
and finished
go
the moat
near
widening,
the
but still,
water.
unsurprisingly, felt very
There's
much
so
in danger.
many.
I could tickle the nests all I wanted with my shitty sniper rifle,
Oh no. That's
but
so
really,
powerful.
I need some more firepower. So naturally, I forgot about it. I did some more boats. Then, we made
Nice.
some basic construction bodders, built some train stuff, made use of balancer parts, got flattened by a train, did some more boat stuff, and finally, after 2.5 hours, the biters were back in our base.
Way far.
What? Wait.
They're
There's fucking
building-
biters in our base. This time,
They're
somehow,
building
they managed to make a
homes.
nest right smack in the middle of our territory.
You're
How rude.
back.
We got rid of that nest, but this nest wasn't the issue. The fact that they could just appear in our base, now that was the issue.
Yeah, can
It
they
was time to
spawn there
develop
now because it's
a
too
new
big?
weapon. A
Or
weapon more powerful than anything we had tried before. We knew that water fill could kill. Tristan had used it recently to brutally murder Ben in cold blood. So could it work against our environmentalist friends? Fuck you, come here. Come here, big boys, come
oh, like just putting
Yes.
down water? Okay.
here. Yes, it could. It could even destroy their nests.
Nice.
And hence, a new meme was born. Fuck you, water fills your house. This strategy used a lot of water fill. Alright, fuck you, water
Water fills your house.
So Ben set to work optimizing the line for full-scale wartime production. While Ben was doing that, Tristan joined again, hopped in a
Amazing.
flame tumbler, and repeatedly drove it at high speed into our own buildings.
Cool.
Thank you, Tristan.
Ah!
Once Ben had finished the monstrous waterfill facility,
Great.
we met there to discuss
Great
our
use of
gameplay
time. I love it.
and to waterfill Tristan.
You just pick it up out of, just pick it up out of the thing.
Our current strategy was primitive. Once an area had been water-filled, it was impossible for the biters, but also impossible for us. This problem was solved by Ben with a very simple solution. Getting into the water.
And water
Water bug.
filling? That's fun. It's just all gonna be an ocean at this point. That's intense.
We water-filled so much area that we completely separated our base and had constructed an island.
Yeah,
Safety
it is.
had finally been achieved. Day 4 of our
Island.
recording binge began with this ominous message. In 24 hours, the sun
Oh
would do a
no!
little trolling. Ben was still at it,
Uh-oh.
water-filling houses, and has successfully sectioned off an entire gigantic island in the north that contained lots and lots of resources. He then went to
Beautiful.
work trying to clear out the island, and got mauled to death once again.
Oh shit, I'm dead.
Meanwhile, I began automating yellow science, the last type of science pack before we had to launch anything to space. 2 hours later, I managed to hook everything up to the building, and at a slow but steady stream of piss science. Holy shit. I'm pogging out of my mind. Excellent. We could now research many more things. So, we started some research. And realized
Research
that
the
our production lines
things.
were running like shit. It turned out we had a lot of bottlenecks. Firstly, I noticed that our sulfur production was lacking petroleum. I checked our oil refineries.
See, this is why I could not play one of these games, because, like, the second if I had spent, like, so much time trying to create a system that I thought worked really well, and then it, like, you advance, you learn more things, and then you're like, oh no, this is not efficient at all anymore. This sucks. I would simply give up. I would be like, I want to, like, have fun and do, like, to me, reconfiguring a system is not fun. So I would just be like, oh, it doesn't, I'll just go, I don't want to have to take everything down. I'd rather build a whole new system somewhere completely different than try to, like, take things apart and reconfigure them without messing anything up in the process. I would hate that. So glad I'm watching them doing it, because I would not do that.
They were working. But then, they would stop working. I checked the oil train station, and there was no oil, which means no petroleum, which means no sulfur, which means
No,
no
nothing.
science. Not good. I checked our oil drilling and had been tapped almost completely dry. So, we needed more oil. Well, there was some oil down here a little bit past our big canal. This was an excellent opportunity for me to water fill some more houses. So Ben and I, in our
Amazing.
combined house flooding efforts, managed to then separate off a few islands with oil and iron. Problem was, these islands were still covered in
Great
fibers,
noise.
and we couldn't just water fill them, because that would remove the resources.
Yeah.
What we needed was a way to clear them out. Lucky for us, we had researched light artillery, and it was actually very effective.
Turret
Once
Island.
the oil island had been cleared, I built a train station and hooked up the oil to our network.
Nice.
This gave the science production enough of a boost to finish researching heavy.
Okay. So they didn't have to completely reconfigure the whole thing. That's fine. That's fine. If it was breaking everything down and trying to rebuild, that would be a problem. But all they had to do was find more oil. Okay, that is doable.
Artillery, which we would be needing.
Glad they
for
didn't
much
have to
larger
redo everything.
and
That
more
would have
dangerous
sucked.
North Island. So we built some artillery train wagons and gave it a go.
Oh my gosh. The screams he adds. Not the slender
We had worked
sound
hard today
effect.
and played Factorio for 13 hours. So naturally, we engaged in a little rocket launcher tomfoolery.
You have
Come
to.
on, come on, come on, come on.
Relax.
Ben!
By doing
I
that.
got him, Tristan. I got him. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I then showed Tristan our latest innovation, supersonic trains 2.
I'll show you.
Which he
Two,
used
the
to suddenly
sequel.
and abruptly reverse directly into our artillery train.
Whoa.
Tristan, you fucking idiot!
Oh no.
So, I ran him over
Okay.
just a few times.
Just for the
Once the
catharsis of it
tomfoolery
all.
session was over, Ben went and built us some power armor MK3,
Cool.
which we filled with leg. Day
Cool.
5 began.
Leg.
Tristan joined the server, said fuck you, and left.
Okay.
Thanks, Tristan. Ben and I started the day off by
What a
flying the first little
contribution.
satellite into
Yay,
space.
there it
I built
goes.
some rudimentary rocket part production, built up the rocket parts, chucked the satellite inside, and launched.
Train.
Hey!
Woo.
That's not the finish of the game. I'll tell you that.
So we just finished the game. Nice.
No, we didn't. We didn't.
Oh, it's not the finish.
Tristan, we
Oh,
didn't
he
finish
did
it.
it.
Tristan, we didn't finish the game. And there we go, boys. We'd done it. Our very first object sent into the great beyond. In
Nice.
celebration, we then used the satellite to reveal a huge area of the map and a brand new planet.
All right.
We took a quick look at the surface to discover it was very volcanic and generally not nice. The
Not
satellite had
nice.
also revealed all the locations of the biters on our northern island. So Ben and I decided it was time for some expansion. We called in the artillery train and laid waste to our enemies.
Oh man. Rip little creepy crawlies. Big creepy crawlies.
Are the orange ones your targets?
No, Tristan, the children are my targets. Next on the agenda was making big boy smelter arrays for
Big
our brand
boy,
new,
let's
freshly
go.
claimed resources. While I was constructing them, Ben came by with a brand new invention, the thrust suit, which he had outfitted with a jetpack. Pretty cool. I
Fantastic
then
use
finished
of
up the
that
cover sculpting
audio.
array by adding the train stations. For these train stations, I'd come up with an interesting design. All it needed was about 60 balancer parts placed like this. Items would flow into the top
Oh,
and evenly distribute
gonna
themselves
go.
into each chest. This design was compact, convenient, and quite fast. So of course,
Nice.
we used it wherever we could.
Yeah.
Day 6 began
Copy
as
paste
any
that.
good day should. A quick artillery barrage onto an enormous patch of biters.
So many. And now it's less.
A few minutes later, we were reminded of our impending doom. The Coronal.
Oh yeah. Forgot about
It was going to
that.
happen in 2 minutes.
Oh, that's not much
Uh-oh.
time to
We had no
prepare.
idea what to expect, other than those big lasers from the very start of the game would be back. We'd built an umbrella defense, which said it could deflect coronal mass ejections and energy beams with up to 500 gigawatts of attacking power. So
Okay.
we should be fine, right? The time came, the coronal mass ejection began, and the umbrella defense activated. Oh shit, look at it!
Shit. Oh, there we go.
Ooh! So
It's
far,
blue.
all was going well. But
Dabba-dee
then,
dabba-die.
I checked the power consumption. 700 megawatts, 800 megawatts, 900 megawatts, 1 gigawatt, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. All the machines around us stopped. The factory came to a halt. And suddenly, it has the capacity
Oh no.
Holy shit! 19 giant death
No.
rays touched down on the factory.
Oh
This
no.
was very bad. All the
Yeah.
power was off, and the radio was going nuts with alerts. The damage seemed to be concentrated in one spot on the North Island. Where?
In the top
Oh,
half,
fuck,
top
it's
island.
destroying our shit!
I'm running, I'm sprinting up there. I'm sprinting at a fucking high
No.
velocity.
Ben and I sprinted up to investigate and found this. Dude, it's fucking just
Oh
barbecuing our shit. This
no.
particular death ray had decided to barbecue a section of rail. But that was it. The other 18
Oh.
rays had missed completely. Wait.
That's lucky.
What's
Maybe.
We'd gotten very lucky.
Yeah, no kidding.
Roasting the butter
That's nice.
live.
It's roasting the water.
And none of the beams had hit anything important. But what if one of them had hit the main base?
Wouldn't
I
have been
can
bad.
confidently say it would not have been fun. So
Yeah.
what actually happened? Well, the umbrella defense took so much power that it left none for anything else in the factory. This included the offshore pumps that brought water to the nuclear reactors. No water means no steam, and no steam means no electricity. So as soon as they shut down, the factory died. But we don't have 5 Holy shit! Not good. We'd gotten very lucky that the damage was so minimal. So to prepare for future CMEs, we forgot about it. Next, we launched
Cool.
another satellite and discovered a new planet.
Bigger
called
fish to
Nostos.
fry in the moment.
This one even had biters on it. 6 minutes later, we launched another one and discovered Panna, a teeny-weeny planet covered in oil.
Nice.
Mmm.
Yum yum.
We launched another satellite and discovered
Passes
Akasrin, an RGB planet rich in vulcanite. And finally, we launched a satellite and discovered Prabhava, which had this very interesting structure poking out of the sand on its surface. Now, how would we actually get
Lore
to these
to
planets?
uncover.
So far, all we'd done was launch some satellites,
Ancient
which are easy
technology
make
to
and can't take
emulate.
you up into space. What we really needed was a cargo rocket. So we built a cargo rocket silo, and then forgot about it. Day
Nice.
7 began with Ben demonstrating the power of filling your Power Armor MK4 with 100 leg. What you doing, Ben?
A lot of leg. Whoa. That's what leg does. You just speed around.
Well, I'd been hard at
That's
work
good.
doing stuff. Ben had also been hard at work doing stuff, particularly in the North Island, where he managed to link up every single resource to a beautiful train
Whoa.
network. To celebrate this, Ben took out his high explosive rocket launcher
Fuck it.
and did this.
Run away, Malcolm. Run.
Wait.
Wait, is this the guy with a lot of leg? Ooh. Even the leg
Our
didn't
design
save
philosophy
him.
had shifted heavily to favor trains. The miners would mine ore and place them into chests. Trains would come by and get filled by those chests. The train would take the ore to a smelter array. The smelter array would smelt the ores
Lot
into
of
plates and put
rats.
them back on the train. That train would go to another facility and deliver the plates, which would be combined. For this system to work properly, we would need to build many separate facilities that produced everything we needed. I built a green circuit facility, a plastic facility, a red circuit facility, a brick smelter, a blue circuit facility, a copper smelter array, a module production facility.
Whoa.
You get the idea. Lots of facilities, lots of trains. Oh my god. And lots of production. The factory was expanding faster than ever. So fast that fuck. Our power had increased so much that we could almost run as fast as the supersonic trains. Okay, here it comes. You ready? Bye. Speaking of supersonic
Yo,
trains,
that's
we've researched the
nuts.
final tier of speed. Supersonic trains. Oh, 3. Oh. Ben
Three.
built one and put the most powerful
The
fuel possible
threequel.
inside it.
Pause, okay. Ready? Fucking hell.
That's
Now, this
insane.
was fast, but it was actually supposed to go faster.
that is insane.
When going at full tilt, it could travel at 7,386.3 kilometers an hour. But really, it should have been going well over 50,000 kilometers an hour, or about 2 times escape velocity. My theory is that 7,386.3 kilometers an hour is the hard limit set by the game that nothing can exceed.
Sure.
Is unfortunate, because I would have liked to go at twice escape velocity.
That'd be nice.
Day 8 was kinda shit. Oh my god. At this point, I'd grown accustomed to building with belt balancers. Lots, and lots of belt balancers. The game had been lagging a lot recently. I opened up the debug menu and checked show time usage to get a better idea of what was eating up all my computer's resources. Each update in Factorio can at maximum take 16.6 milliseconds to process before the game starts slowing down. Our update time was hovering a little over that.
Okay.
With this debug menu, we could see exactly what was taking up our precious milliseconds. Entities were taking around 2.5, the electricity network was taking around 1, and lots of other regular game processors took another combined 4 milliseconds. What was
Doing
causing
it.
us problems was
Trains?
script update. This is where all the mods are. The factory buildings were costing us nearly 1 millisecond. Endgame
Ooh.
combat was costing us half a millisecond. And finally, belt balances. They were costing us
Whoa.
8 milliseconds.
Oh no.
Every single thing in the factory, and all the biters combined, produced less lag than these little yellow boxes. So this
That's
left
wild.
us with one option. Replace every single belt balancer with an actual balancer made of actual belts. Every train loader,
No.
every unloader, and many
No.
production facilities.
That sucks. That sucks so bad.
In total, we had placed 2,882 balancer parts, and every single one of them needed to be removed.
No.
5 hours later, we'd finished, and built a whole bunch of
Again, this is why I could not play this sort of game or stream these kind of games, because I would not be willing to do that. I'd be like, okay, time for a new one. I only have so much brain power, and I'd rather use it for other things.
beautiful, belt-based, belt
Good on them for sticking to it.
Day 9 was preparation day. What were we preparing for? Space. A quick trip into orbit to see what's up, and then straight back down. First off, we needed to make the rocket and fuel it. I built this liquid rocket fuel production facility.
These fucking light oil.
Turned it on and hooked it up to the cargo rocket silo. Next was cargo rocket part production. This bastard of an item took what felt like 800 different resources to build. It took around 4 hours, and once it was done, we turned it on. Here comes the train.
Chew.
Holy shit. That's so cool.
Day 10. Today was the day.
Today,
After ironing out bugs in the system for another 2 hours, the rocket parts were finally on belts, heading over to the silo.
I think we might just have to manually make
Oh, meat.
a big boy.
here it
Neat.
comes.
Look at that.
That's a big boy.
It is
Then gave me
big.
a thrust suit and a bunch of life support canisters to survive in the
Probably
vacuum of
good.
space. We made a list of all the items we would need, loaded them into the silo, and built the rocket.
That's a big boy.
The rocket was built, the fuel was in,
He loves
and all
that
that remained
line.
was
Big
us.
boy.
I'm gonna hit it. 3, 2, 1.
Let's go. All right, into orbit we go. Yeah! Look at that.
Once again, thank you to Dragon City.
Cool. Very neat. That's a long process to get to space, but I'm glad they have mods. I assume, at least it seems like, the end of the game is supposed to just be like, congrats, you're in space again. That's it. Jolly good show. But if the mod is what causes them to have a whole other mission in space, that's really cool. I love that. And that is a lot of work in order to get into space. So good on ya, folks. Amazing. And thank you all for joining me on this Factorio adventure. If you like this video, you can like it, and you can also subscribe to us for more content. Yeah.